there, gentle people, and welcome back to another episode of the It's Not Always Dark podcast. I'm Kieran.
And I'm Erin. And this week, we are chatting Galentines. Happy Galentine's Day, everyone.
Galentine's Day.
A little holiday
Happy Galentine's
special.
Day, folks. It should be a national holiday. I hope it's been passed in Congress, but you know.
I mean, it's not as if we're doing anything else this year.
The Galentine's Day is such an exciting day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an excuse to eat everything that I normally would eat and watch everything I normally would watch. It's got a holiday, so I don't feel as bad about it. Like, treat yourself.
Yeah, you don't. You should not. The way that two life lessons from Parks and Rec completely have formed our opinions on this day and how we treat ourselves during it, very what I'm here for.
Yeah, so for the people at home, the people who might not know, Galentine's Day is a holiday. It's the 13th of February, and it's for the gals. The gals, the gays, the everyone. I mean, it's for
Bays.
everyone. Yeah,
Of
that's
course,
what I was
like,
looking for. I was like, the
it's just
gals, the gays,
it's a
and the
phrase.
bays. That's what I was looking. I was like,
You need that like little rhyme.
I was like, it's in there somewhere, but I was like, and I was like, days, and I was like, I think I'm
The
just trying to
days?
write a song. But yeah, so it comes from a wonderful little program, an American program, a
Just a little.
sitcom. I don't know.
Just a little reality TV sitcom type deal. Parks and Recreation, an incredible series, mostly to the works of the actors on the show. I mean, the writing's also incredible, but it's really the performances that seem to take it away. And like the main performance during the series is by Amy Poehler, who plays Councilwoman Leslie Knope, who works in the Parks and Recreation like team of her government branch. She is a do-gooder, an overachiever, overall great gal. You like her a lot. And she launched Galentine's Day on the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, because as she says, Valentine's Day is for romance, Galentine's Day is for the girls.
It's for friendship, and that's like probably one of my favorite things
It
about
is.
her character is like how much she
she's
values
very
friendship.
oriented. I mean, let's discuss like what she considers worthy gifts of her friends on Galentine's Day.
The episode that this holiday gets introduced, they're having brunch. They're having Galentine's Day brunch. Pretty much all the female cast is there. And Leslie is a known sort of over-gifter. So she has handmade everyone a personalised gift bag for Galentine's Day even. She
really sets the bar high.
So in each bag, and bear in mind there's like about 10 people at this table, she has made a bouquet of hand-crocheted flower pins, because, of course...
Wait, pins or pens?
Pins, I think. Or maybe I just
There were
misunderstood.
pins? I thought it was pen. No, maybe I've misunderstood. Either way, she has hand-crocheted many items for each girl.
Love that. I mean, but then, that's the thing, if someone gives you stuff like that, you're like, what do I do with it? It's just tat. Like, it's like, you're like, I now feel
I'm
obliged
bad
to...
for getting stuff like that.
Like, you then are sort of obliged to, like, find somewhere to keep it in your room, like a use for a useless object.
I have like that difficulty sometimes where like you've received a gift from someone and it's really just not something that you've ever in your life thought about using, and then you feel very obligated to like try and make it part of your life to show that person like, hey, thank you, I'm appreciative, I care. It's difficult sometimes though, because you'll get something and like it will just not work with you at all. Like whatever it's requiring you to do couldn't be further from who you are as a person, but you will still try.
I find that like distant, like family friends
God loves a trier.
are like always quite bad for that. When that like they'll try and give you something really personal whilst not knowing you at all, like because you see them twice a year.
Totally.
And the result is always just sort of like some like really jazzy like jewelry box or something that you're like, thank you, I now have 5.
Thank you so much. I will put this with the rest. They're like, here's one I made earlier.
So that was item number 1, with some crocheted flower pins. Item number 2 is my personal favourite. It is a handcrafted mosaic of the person, of the character, individualised to each one, but the glass used is broken up bottles of their favourite diet soda.
Because Leslie has like a big thing within the series where she ends up going up against one of the Sweetums company, I believe, for their use of sugar and how that's affecting government. So she's always been quite diet soda just because she won't support the full thing.
No, but then like Sweetums is like the candy factory in the town that this is set in. But then like there's a running joke that Leslie eats exclusively
Has like
sugar.
a sugar addiction.
So like the fact that she used diet soda is just her showing her care. She's like, I will eat all the sugar, but you guys.
Yeah, but you guys can't.
I think it was also like maybe like showing like maybe some like male writing there, because I think it's them being like, well, women drink diet soda, obviously. So that's how do we make it Galentine's Day? But it is still funny because it's Leslie that's delivering the line. So
yeah, I'm sure like Amy Poehler and that were on the writing team as well, because I'm pretty sure that's just how a lot of people in Hollywood seem to meet these days. Like if they're comedians, for sure they've met each other doing like a writing project.
Yeah, no, I love like the whole story of Parks and Rec. Like I love the cast. The cast is hilarious, and that's obviously like where people like we met. Well, in fact, was Rashida Jones in The Office before she was in Parks and Rec?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she appeared in The Office first.
And then obviously
that's where I recognised her.
Where we met Chris Pratt for the first time. And in my opinion, that was like Chris Pratt in his most lovely form. Like so wholesome, so silly, so funny. We got Aubrey Plaza as well, another queen.
Incredible performance, like
so deadpan.
She is the Wednesday Addams of like modern day sitcoms. She's just stoic, heartless, but also a little softy inside after you get past like the blatant like hatred for most things.
Yeah, she's one of the characters that does. I think she's the carrier of the sort of Jim looks to camera of the series, because it's very much like
she took it over
of that style. Like it's like a docu-series.
Well, it takes place in like what is meant to be a reality, so they go very hard to try and convince you that like this is actually taking place within a government branch, and quite often I'd say that I'm fully like I'm
immersed.
Fooled by the illusion.
Yeah,
I'm there. Like they don't have to do much to convince me that I'm in the government. Like I think this is what government work is, especially because the whole point with Parks and Rec is that Leslie's character, she is just, you like her, and there's nothing you can do about that because she shows time and time again that she is a good person who wants the best for her people. Yeah. So this whole Galentine's Day thing that she launched, it's only come from like a good place to just celebrate and be happy. And that's like the vibe I think that we take from Galentines overall, is that we love Leslie's character, we love how she treats her friends, so let's all be a bit more like her.
Yeah, well, that was the final item in the gift bag. Was a personalised 5,000 word essay on why the person is so
5K.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
why they mean a lot to her.
I love it. And the thing is, we all know that if we knew Leslie in real life, we'd probably be like, oh my god, she's so annoying. Like she's like, we love her.
Totally.
We
like,
love her,
that's
but
part
it's
of
a
her
lot.
charm though.
But just so wholesome. Like, and the thing is, what do you do when if someone gave you a gift like this, how would you react? Because I think I would be very like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, I could straight up tell you it would probably make me cry, because that amount of effort and thought to be put into you is like, it's just intense. Like regardless of how you look at it, it's just really intense to have someone want to provide you with like 5,000 words of why they think you're cool. I could say that to someone, but writing it out, that's time, effort, and dedication, and that is worth a cry in my eyes.
Yeah. Oh, just what a gem. What a gem.
But then we've also got like, there was like future episodes of Galentine's Day, she introduced more elaborate gift ideas. So like, to be fair, the very first one that was introduced in like this, I think the second time they did Galentine's Day, was literally just facial gift certificates. But then on top of that, this is the one that I think is just up there with the 5,000 word essay on why you're awesome. It's a needlepoint pillow with your face on it, and then the lead newspaper article headline on the day you were born,
I love
also
it.
on said pillow. Like, that's thoughtful.
Also, just like, of course that exists. Like, that's
Yeah,
hilarious. And it's so it's so overly personal, and whilst also being
that's
completely,
almost uncomfortable.
yeah. Oh, it's just so much like the effort level is just so endearing that it doesn't matter that
It's
the
very
gift is a
sweet.
bit weird. Like, you just like,
Yeah, you kind of forgive it all because you think about the positive outweighing the negative.
how would you feel if I gave you a gift like that though? Like if I was like, so I've made you.
I'd feel obligated to give you something like it back, to be fair. Like, if anything, I feel like that's where my brain goes, is that if someone was to put that much effort into me, I'd be like, oh, well, okay, and I need to make the same effort to, like, make their time worth it.
Yeah. I find it easier, I think, to like make people gifts than to buy them stuff because I think
Oh, for sure.
I think especially like because we're adults now and in a normal
Yeah.
climate
Normal.
reality, we have
Yeah,
money.
yeah, in the normal life.
Like we would have like extra, if we had extra money, we would just buy ourselves what we wanted. Like if there was something that
Yeah.
you wanted, then so like a gift is always something that either the person wouldn't buy for themselves or like something really thoughtful, and I'm like, well, I'll just make them something, and then they're obliged to.
I think it's very
like,
sweet, though. I think, no, regardless, like, I mean, you made Christmas cards this year just passed, and I was so touched by it. Even with the googly eyes falling off, I still was honored. And I glued those right back on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like the PVA glue really let me down.
When it comes to Galentine's Day, though, like, I feel like it obviously brings up I mean, it's literally just Valentine's Day with a G. So, I mean, the whole topic of Valentine's Day in and of itself, how did you feel about it growing up?
I don't know. It always sounded like fun. I was not romantically involved with anyone or anything until I was like 18. She was a
Yeah.
late bloomer, and yeah, and even after that, I've only ever had like a boyfriend one time over Valentine's Day, and we weren't really together,
Yeah,
but
right.
it was really cute. He like made me a mixtape, but like as a
Aw.
surprise, but was like got really drunk
That is
before he
quite
gave it to me and forgot, like told me that he was going to give
Oh.
me it, and but didn't remember that he'd already told me. So like when he gave me it, I was like, oh, thank you, and he was like, I spent ages on this, and I was like, yeah, you told me though. Like I knew that I was going to get it, but that was like an example of like a very thoughtful gift that
Very thoughtful.
like he like made like
People don't do
the,
enough mixtapes.
well, it was a CD. It was a CD, but he like made a cover for it and stuff because we had like an inside joke about something, and then he made it the cover of the mixtape. It was pretty cute.
That's thoughtful.
It was all
That is
downhill
quite a
from there,
cute gift, I
but
have to
it was
say.
a cute moment. There was cute moments within the murkiness.
You have to look at this as like the peaks and the valleys. Like, we're gonna look
Yeah.
at this as the peak, and then you're gonna drop down. That is a nice gift, though, and like that's one of those things when I think about like how Valentine's Day was presented when I was a child on TV, because TV is our natural like assumption for the way that the world works. I find that like mixtapes, that's what I would have been down for. Like, if someone presented me with a mixtape, okay, let's get it on. Let's go. Oh,
Yeah,
you want to square up, bro? You want to go for it, bro? It's nice.
it is. It's just nice, and it's, I think, thought beyond going to the shop and buying someone
Yeah.
one of, like, do people buy those horrible teddy bears? Like, do they? Because like I would
I'm
happily,
sure.
if someone wants to buy me flowers and send me them, like, please do. Like, love receiving flowers and cards. Like, I love when people write really thoughtful messages in cards and say nice things
Oh,
about me.
I'm a big thoughtful message writer in the card. Like, if I get one, even if it's just like I've gone to the shop to buy like just a base template of a card that has like happy birthday in the middle, I will fill the entire thing up with writing that I'm spraffing. Maybe I am talking complete nonsense, but I'm still making sure that I've got in there to like mention all that I can and fill up that space so it looks more thoughtful than maybe what it might be.
Yeah, but then obviously the most important thing about Valentine's Day is chocolate.
It could have gone a few ways. I thought you were gonna like really go down like the lover, like romantic route and be like, it's about being together. It's about no, it's chocolate. It's about chocolate.
I know, but then like
nothing makes you feel bougier than like a box that has like I think
layers.
The difference between well, no, not just layers. I think the difference between giving someone chocolates and Valentine's Day or like occasional chocolates, it's the little cards that like tells you the different flavor of chocolates within. That is bougie.
Yeah.
That's living a completely different lifestyle to what the average person does. But I'd also lump in with them a Ferrero Rocher because they're not usually cheap.
Ferrero
I think
Rocher
that's
are like those
my
lint
gift
balls.
choice of chocolate. See, I'm not that fussed on lint. There's something about it. Maybe
I'm really
it's just
glad
the
you said
Swiss.
that because I feel the same and I get very judged in this household because everyone else here loves them.
Yeah, well, that's great for everyone else, but we don't share the same taste buds. So until you start eating my food for me, I'm gonna say Lint is not that nice of a chocolate. It's just so like. Ugh.
What I love is Maltesers now have like a fancy gift box thing where it's like the
yes, the teasers.
The ones the teasers little truffle chocolate things.
Yeah, they look great.
If anyone's wondering what to get me, flowers, teasers, and a mixtape, please. Thank you.
Please, immediately, all three. That would be it though. Like if you just want to charm someone, that's a great way of going about it. I think I stand by Ferrero Rochers. I just think they're very nice chocolate. Like it's a really good choice, especially when like they've got flavored versions now. That to me is bougie. Like, have you not had the flavored one?
I don't. Well, I know of like the white chocolate one and stuff, but I've only ever had the normal one. I think I'm talking
about Raffaello. I think I'm talking about like Raffaello or something is what it's called. Maybe it's nothing like Ferrero Rocher. But I feel like I've had a dark chocolate Ferrero Rocher
and now that
before.
you say that, I think they have like milk, white, and dark chocolate.
Yeah, like that's where my brain went.
Yeah.
But I've also not seen them in a while.
But they probably also have like random like white chocolate and raspberry. Do you know what I mean? Like they'll have like specialist.
Yeah, there'll be something. Specialist chocolate.
Speciality. My flatmate when I was at uni, her mum worked in Switzerland often. So would like come back with like Swiss chocolate, but like from this like craft place that put shit in the chocolate. So like there was one that it was literally just like chocolate with cornflakes in it. But it was
your heart at Cadbury's Creations.
It was the most delicious thing ever. Or like white chocolate with like freeze dried raspberry.
Okay, but can we have an honest discussion about white chocolate? Why is it sometimes it tastes okay and other times it is the worst thing I've ever had?
I think it's a very like I wouldn't eat it by choice, but I would sometimes but sometimes like when it is offered to me I'm like, oh my god, I like this, but I just wouldn't go out my way to go get it.
I can't ever like think of a time where if I'm wanting like something sweet that I'm like, you know what I'm craving? White chocolate. Because white chocolate's not even chocolate. It's not made out of cocoa beans.
No, it's got like a teeny bit of cocoa butter.
Me standing by like to inspect all the chocolates. How much cocoa bean you got on you, eh? Think you're coming in here?
But I think it's a good like carrier of like if you put it with something quite like tart or acidic. Like I love like white chocolate and raspberry or white chocolate and strawberry.
Yeah.
Very tasty. But
that makes sense. I just overall I'm gonna go for like the milk dark chocolates. Those are the nicer ones.
I love
personally
like dark chocolate with orange flavoring in it
but
is
not
my
too
favorite. Dark. But at the end of the day, you can't beat just a basic like a dairy milk basic. Like if I need chocolate, I'll buy myself some buttons. But taking it back, Kieran, what are your Valentine's Day thoughts, experiences, feelings?
Okay, I think any gay person can get with it when I say that fuck Valentine's Day. what a weird holiday to try and put pressure. I think Valentine's Day overall, I think it makes sense for like adults to take one day out of the year to especially like other than
Have
like a
date
birthday or
night.
something,
Just have like a jazzy date
yeah,
night.
have a date night. Yeah, just like rekindle like a romance that might be dealing with other life factors at the time. But then why is it I have had to hear about Valentine's Day and feel this pressure in my little gay body since I was a child? Like I honestly had no idea about anything. I don't know what I was like interested in or who I was interested in, but I was being told like, oh, Valentine's Day's coming, or who are you giving like a card to, or who are you giving like chocolates to? And I'm like, I just have never quite understood why it is that we encourage like, oh, find like your one true love with Valentine's Day to children. Like, can children focus on growing up and like just figuring out who they are just a little bit before we expect them to partake in what is a very strange holiday when you think about it?
It's
Like,
bizarre.
as children, like who were we to be
No.
giving cards to each other that said "love you" or like anything remotely suggesting that? I didn't even know my times table.
I literally once had a card to give to a boy who I think was like my like, you know what I mean, like we
He
were in
wasn't worth
primary
it.
school.
He wasn't
like,
worth it.
and then I got too nervous. But then like we were like technically like dating, but in primary school that meant like,
I suppose that's just something I've never got.
but like that I just didn't speak to him. Do you know what I mean? Like
It was that classic, like, oh, do you want to go out with her? And then I'm gonna guess you guys broke up by someone else, like going over to him or to you, asking or telling you it was over.
yeah, I mean, oh my god, a tragedy though. Like this, I can't believe I've suppressed this. So like I had this card to give to him because my mum had got me it because I'd been like, I need to get a card for this boy. Obviously, like little 6-year-old me, like obviously,
Of course,
like
she
love
had
of my life.
priorities and she needed
That I
to
don't
like
speak
secure
to.
the bag.
And like literally on Valentine's Day, like one of the other boys came up to me and he was like, "Yeah, no, he goes out with this girl now," and I was like, "Sick."
Sick, bro.
I remember, and the thing is like, because I remember a similar occasion happened, like a similar thing happened to another girl, and she got really upset, and I just remember being like, "But gal, I don't get it. Like I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Like,
I don't know
why
what's
are you
going on
crying?" Like.
No, but seriously, like it is a weird holiday that we have made up just to show we love each other, but also to like these days I feel like I've seen a lot of girls and also I'm gonna assume some guys on the timeline that like they have put full photos of like these massive bouquets of black colored roses and they're like, if this isn't what you give me for Valentine's Day, you don't love me.
Oh,
That's so materialistic.
those like teddy bears that are made out of roses. Have you seen that?
Yeah, like there's like I've never seen those ones. I've seen like quite a lot of the giant bears though that everyone ends up like taking the stuffing out and using as like a bodysuit. That's hysterical. If that's what you're planning for Valentine's Day, feel free. Continue the topic because that's so funny. But otherwise, it's like I don't get it.
No. Did you ever get given a Valentine's Day or like chocolate or whatever from your mum?
Yeah, no, definitely from my mum. She was very sweet about it. I remember getting cards and stuff from her when I grew up. But I did get Valentines like in school. This was the thing.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't.
That's not me being shocked, but that's me being like, wow, you're so popular.
And you're literally like, oh my god, someone calling like a news team. I need to report this as like a new finding. No, but I can recall getting Valentine's cards and giving Valentine's cards because that was just kind of how things went.
Oh my god.
But with all of that being said, who were we and what did we think we were going to achieve?
No.
Idiots.
But then
we
even
were idiots.
like into high school, I feel like I've never been more aware of Valentine's Day than when I was in high school.
Than in high school, yeah.
because that was like
I'd
very
say
showcasing.
not so much for us. I mean, I was in a Catholic high school. It was not the vibe. Like, I don't think I saw anyone give a Valentine's in my entire like 5 years in that high school.
I think like we didn't have like I was in a friend group that was very like, for lack of a better word, just like the virgin-y. So we like so like it wasn't really like within my friend group, but there was obviously like the people that were like the groups of people that were just like couples, but they would always just sort of like rotate between each other. Like they would always be dating someone, but it would always be like of the same group of 8 people. Yeah. And like they obviously like so
You know what? That you were not in high school, babe. You were actually in 1990s New York, and you were with the cast of Friends.
just them out in Dalkeith, like living at large.
But like, were they not all just dating each other, having so like even Ross and Monica have a weird storyline where she was a pile of coats.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying.
Oh my god!
Please make a case to me where one person in that entire group didn't get with another. I think that was like a running joke, is that because they're friends in their 20s, they're just having fun.
Well, you know,
so
we don't
back
have that
to when
because
you were with the cast of Friends.
So when I was with the cast of Friends, like we had a thing at school that ran like a couple of years. That was like, so you know in Mean Girls where they write out the Christmas things and they get given a candy cane and like the guy goes around the class and is like, 3 for you, you go Glen Coco. Yeah. We had that, but it was for Valentine's Day and people got packets of love hearts. Like you could send a packet of love hearts to someone. It didn't really take off.
You've like unlocked a memory.
Yeah, also just
love hearts.
Love hearts in general. Yeah.
Like they are not like they're not something I could eat a lot of. But by God, when someone offers me a love heart, am I taking a love heart? You bet your ass I am.
I love like eating
what a sweet in the moment.
Like love hearts or fizzers or anything like that, and then having like fizzy juice. So it goes all foamy in your mouth.
I've never done that. I've had like popping candy.
I know how to get my thrills. Like thrill seeker, like you've been caught out, just living at large.
I mean, cheap thrills. Sia was sitting in the studio and she precisely was taking love hearts and fizzy juice so that she could create that song. Love hearts, that's the delivery service for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I never got any or sent any. I don't think many people actually did.
I would have sent you some.
But like...
I feel like we talked about this briefly before, but I would send you, like if we were in a class together, you were definitely the type of person that I would be like, that's one of the gals, I'm going to give her love hearts. But the thing is that I always had the natural assumption that if I made any efforts like that, it could be misread. And I hate that.
I would definitely have misread it.
It was just like a friendshipy day.
I would definitely be like, oh my god, he's in love with me. Prince Charming has arrived.
I mean, it's a sign. I don't know if it's the sign, but it's a sign.
Because you know how they have all the little messages on them as well, and it's like, be mine. Oh, yeah. And I would have been like, oh, Kieran wants me to be his.
Each love heart you lifted up, you were just getting more and more invested in the relationship. Kiss me.
But then there's the ones at the bottom that are just like, are you okay? Like,
you good, hen?
Like, you okay, hon?
Were there any other like sweets though that like I feel like love hearts are the only ones with like writing on them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They made me think of like Alice in Wonderland when she was like, you know, like eat me, drink me, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think well like they're different here because I know like Americans have like a different thing, but it's actually shaped like a heart. They're like this. I think it's basically the same thing that have text on it, and it's a chalky fizzy candy thing. But ours are like circles with like room for messages. Like the text is and I'm sure that you could get like personalized one. That would be so cute.
That's kind of cute though. Like imagine, do you know that would be cute if you had met someone, and this is me going completely back on my word about Valentine's Day being weird for kids, but in this one specific
in this
like,
rom-com in my
novel-like
mind
scenario that I'm describing, in this rom-com that I'm writing, like that was like the first gift given on like a little early times Valentine's Day gift thing love hearts, and then someone gave you a customized one to propose.
Oh,
That'd
that
be
would be so.
sweet.
I
That
mean,
would
that's
be sweet.
definitely like exists. I'm sure that has happened.
I'm sure someone's done that before.
The thing is, I don't like necessarily have any big opinions about Valentine's Day because it just doesn't affect my life
Well, I don't
at
hate the day
all.
itself. I hate the idea of it as where it stands for children. I
Yeah,
hated that. I feel like that's such an uncomfortable environment for
don't promote
kids.
it to kids. Yeah.
Yeah, like let's just keep this an adult thing,
But any excuse
like
to like
alcohol.
sit and watch, like binge watch rom coms, I'm here. I
Oh,
love rom
yeah, you'll
coms
take it.
so much. To no one's great
Rom-coms
surprise.
are really fun. Yeah, but if you have something against someone who likes rom-coms, cool. What a great personality trait you possess. Anyway, back to my girls that like rom-coms. Like rom-coms are funny. Like they have like brief humor that goes alongside a romantic plot line, and that's sometimes all that you need in a film.
Yeah, you just like not everything needs to be a cinematic masterpiece. Like,
No, there's no room for that in the world.
like
If every single filmmaker was to make a blockbuster, like stand stop, time is completely of the essence piece, we'd just find all of them boring.
yeah.
So yeah, rom-coms. Do you have any favorite rom-coms?
I have so many favorite rom-coms.
Please break some down to me. I'll tell you if they're the same as mine.
I will always love 10 Things I Hate About You. I think like
Okay,
Mr. Heath Ledger
makes me think of
singing,
Miley Cyrus.
that's 7 things, so
I know, but that's the only like correlation with that sentence in my
oh,
brain.
like Heath
Yeah, Heath
Ledger,
Ledger.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, an iconic piece of cinema. I love obviously like your classics, like When Harry Met Sally, like of
Yeah, okay,
course.
that is a the classic.
Um, I also love Bridget Jones. I have such a
Yeah,
big place.
I've seen a few.
I think it was just because it was one of my like first like proper like grown up rom coms that I was allowed to see. Because obviously like we grew up
Hmm.
with things like Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging and stuff. Like that was very
Yeah,
like
yeah, the
teen.
PG friendly version.
And then when you like graduated to Bridget Jones, I was like, oh, I'm a woman. I'm a woman now.
I like that there's a scale of womanhood that goes from Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging to Bridget Jones. Like that is a path that you took in life.
Yeah, and it's real. And then but then there's like the American ones that I just like that are like Forgetting Sarah Marshall and like with Kristen
Hmm.
Bell and stuff. That's all fun.
I always like I'm trying to think of my favorite. Okay, I like Friends with Benefits. I think it's
I
a fun
love that
one.
film.
To confirm though, and this is where like my brain starts to get confused. There's like two movies that are like talk about a friends with benefits scenario,
Yeah,
correct? Like there's one with Mila Kunis and Justin
that's
Timberlake,
Friends with
and then
Benefits.
is the other one not like Ashton Kutcher and like Katherine Heigl?
Yeah, and I don't know what it's called.
Like
I've
I
not seen
find
it,
that
but
hysterical. Well, I just find that funny, obviously, because Ashton and Mila have both starred in their own Friends with Benefits rom com whilst being a couple.
no, but that's how they got together. Like they were friends with benefits after doing those films separately, and then they were friends with benefits, and then they fell in love.
Fascinating. I mean, because
Hilarious.
I mean, I know Ashton and Mila met on the set of that '70s show because that's like they were both like young actors at the time,
Well, she
and
was
I don't
really
know
young.
if
She
I'm
was like
pretty sure
13 on
they
that.
dated then.
No.
Yeah, she. Well, by the time they like got through recording, like I'm pretty sure the age difference is like a couple of years between them.
Yeah.
But I know that they dated during that '70s
Did
show,
they?
and then
Wow.
yeah, well, that's how they've been with each other since they were like kids. That's why they're so comfortable
Yeah, but
now.
yeah.
I mean, time has passed. So obviously, they've had more opportunities.
But he was also in that film that was like they tried to do like Love Actually, but for Valentine's Day, and it was called Valentine's
Oh
Day.
yeah.
And it
It's
was
just called Valentine's Day.
it's such a horrific film. It's so bad, but it's incredible. Like he's like works delivering
So bad
flower
it's good.
bouquets, and Taylor Swift's in it, and there's just so much chaos. But because it's one of those films where there's all these different narratives and they're all
Storylines going on.
somehow connected. But It's awful and it's wonderful.
Not
and
quite as impactful as Love Actually.
no, well, Love Actually is
Everyone's celebrating Christmas, but I mean, because Love Actually, they also celebrate Christmas, and then I feel like everyone gets involved with that, whereas Valentine's Day is so like, it's a niche holiday. We'll call it niche.
yeah.
It's very like you're participating if you're in a good like circumstance to participate.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I
So
participate
like, what's the film?
in the watching of of rom. That's how I contribute. I contribute by like buying the chocolate and the cake, and then also paying for my Netflix.
Financially,
streaming.
you're there. Oh yeah. Well, anyone that pays for their own Netflix account, you have my full respect.
Thanks, means a lot.
Thank you so much.
But speaking of La Netflix, she's been releasing a lot of Netflix original rom-coms over the years.
Oh, have they?
Films such as like To All the Boys I've Loved Before and the sequel to that, and then other ones, Set It Up, another fun one. And you know that they're not going to be like top tier cinema, but it's not what you came for.
It's not what you wanted.
No. Do you have any Netflix ones or just rom-coms in general that you're a fan of?
In general. I mean, yeah, so I liked Friends with Benefits with Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake. Thought that was a fun one. I'm trying to think of what other ones I've seen that would be just rom-com. I'm going to include it because technically there is a romance that comes out of it. But it was that film, The Other Woman, with like Cameron Diaz.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I think Isla Fisher.
I forgot that film existed.
It's just one of those films that I think I enjoy when the rom-com goes through a breakup as well at the beginning to like show like all the irony and what life has become for this person. Like they used to have it all, but now they don't. I like those kind of
That was such
rom-coms.
an era
So I'd say
of
that was a good
rom-coms
film.
as well, because that was like 27 Dresses. Like a lot of Sandra Bullock stuff happened around then.
Sandra's done a lot. She has done a lot of rom-com-y type things.
Which are fab. Like, we love it.
Oh yeah, they're great films.
I've also written down here like rom-coms that aren't like that are more modern versions of rom-coms as well, such as like Trainwreck.
Oh, okay,
with
the one with Amy Schumer
and Bill Hader, the love of my life. Like, just putting that out
Bill
there.
Hader's an incredible guy. So funny. Oh, do you know what else could count? Bridesmaids. Because she gets with the police officer guy, the Irish one.
What a good film. And then I'd also noted, like, a personal favourite film of mine that I always come back to is How to Be Single, which has Rebel Wilson and the girl that's in 50 Shades. And she's just having, like, a big self-discovery moment. And it's, again...
Dakota Johnson.
Dakota. I knew it was Dakota, but I didn't want to say that.
I will never forget Dakota Johnson purely because someone made a TikTok that was discussing how Dakota Johnson basically ruined Ellen's entire career. I mean, because it all stemmed... Well, it's just because there was this interview one time for like 50 Shades where Dakota came onto the Ellen show and Ellen made like this joke where she was like, oh, why didn't I get an invite to your like big birthday party? And Dakota decided that she was just gonna go full in today. She was like, no, Ellen, that's not true, you were invited. Like, she called her out on live television about refusing to come to a party that she complained about not being invited to, even though she'd been invited. And like, since that had happened, Ellen's whole career, like, well, she was already in a lot of scandals over, like, I think she fired workers during the like beginning of a pandemic when she was filming at home for like cheaper workers to keep around. I'm not sure. But either way, Dakota Johnson, synonymous with 50 Shades and romance, brought about the end of the Ellen DeGeneres dynasty, I guess.
Wow, I didn't know that. There's me being under my rock.
I know.
But yeah,
every day's a learning day.
Yeah, that's just some of the rom-coms that we've indulged in, we've enjoyed.
Just a few.
We continue
just a
to
few that
enjoy.
we've soaked up.
And then obviously, like we mentioned, like 50 Shades, which is so synonymous with like Valentine's Day because that was when they were getting released. But like I never saw them at the cinema. Like I never went to see.
I think that would have been a really interesting environment to be put into. I don't think I'd want it for me personally,
No.
but I think it would have been a discovery.
Can you imagine that was like your first date though? Like someone was like, okay,
oh no,
the boys
no
like, let's go on a
for,
date,
like,
let's
a
go to the
date.
cinema. I mean, one, I don't
Surely
like. I'm
not.
not a fan of cinema, like as a first date anyway, because I'm like, I don't. If I don't
There's
know
not a
you,
lot of time for
like I don't
talking
want to
and
like
everything.
just sit next to someone and awkwardly because when you're
Yeah.
at the cinema, there's a whole thing. It's like you don't even watch the film because you're too busy being like, what is the other person doing? And if I don't even know this person, like,
Yeah,
no.
not the best first date.
Thoughts and feelings from me. So, but yeah, the thought of then like having a film like 50 Shades Beyond, makes me squirm.
Brings you the fear.
Yeah.
Makes me squirm. So we've decided that for today's podcast, we are going to do what most people will do this time of year if they're bored and wanting to celebrate some type of Valentine's Day. We have taken to a timeless gem, BuzzFeed quizzes, and we intend on completing 2 Valentine's Day based quizzes for today's podcast because that's the energy and effort that we have for Valentine's Day this year.
Well, that's it. Even like everyone's doing Valentine's Day alone unless you live with your significant other. So
Yeah.
why don't we just go all in and find out what BuzzFeed has to tell us? Like, what am I doing wrong in my
Yeah,
love
what
life?
everyone's dying to know about what we're doing for BuzzFeed. I believe the first one we're doing is plan your Valentine's Day and we'll give you a wine and movie date. And apparently, according to this BuzzFeed editor, there's a wine for every occasion. So I'm so happy that they took the time to let me know that.
I believe that. I also just like might take this on board. Like, what if they give me like a suggestion that's like, okay, I can put that into practice on Sunday. That's going to be fun.
Okay, let's start this party. 3, 2,
To the
1.
countdown. Okay. Who are you spending Valentine's Day with? My best friends, my significant other, a hookup, oh saucy, or myself.
I feel like this one's slightly out of this isn't COVID friendly, this quiz.
It hasn't aged well.
I think we'll go for the safe answer of myself.
Myself. I think it'll like recommend more wine that way. Like it'll be like, oh, you're alone.
Oh yeah, like you're alone. Like here's twice the bottles.
Oh.
How are you spending it? So your options are seeing a movie, fancy dinner, going on vacation, ordering dinner and reading and getting drunk. Honestly, probably ordering dinner and
That
feels
pizza
like
looks really nice.
it does look like a really nice pizza. I'm kind of laughing though because
Every time I see
it just
pizza,
feels like
it just reminds me of our like first friend date.
our first little friend date. Yeah, we went to get pizza and we both didn't understand the concept of like how big the pizza was going to be.
But
And we
just
thought,
couldn't
go big or go home.
understand inches. Like we didn't understand inches.
No.
And we've clearly been lied
Like,
to
I thought
about
it was going to be
what
like twice.
6 inches looks like. And the waiter didn't tell us, right, that 20 inches was probably
he did
too
not.
much. Like,
Do you know what? In hindsight, yeah, maybe that should have been something we were more, sus and a bit more in on at the time. But we were like busy. We just had a couple gins. We were feeling a bit courageous, and we said, yeah, let's go for the 20-inch pizza
And fries.
that arrived and was cold. Oh, and fries. Those were amazing.
they were
though.
nice.
But yeah,
And we had to eat. I think it was more
This pizza-
hilarious is that we were sat at such a tiny table when there were like full-size tables
this
available.
giant pizza.
And the pizza was so big that they brought over a second fold-up table. Like the table that we were on was like one that you do an exam on. Like it was one of those kind of folding out ones. And they brought a second one over instead of just having us sit at a bigger table.
At a nicer seat.
Despite the fact the place was like
messy.
empty. Oh,
You know what though? What a fun day. Led to so much more.
Led to something
Um,
beautiful.
I think we go about this quiz though with like maybe the idealistic mindset that we're not in COVID and these things are not off the table.
Yeah.
Because all of them are kind of impossible otherwise. So I'm gonna say, for how would I want to spend it? Fancy dinners sound awful to me. I couldn't imagine something worse. Like, I'm gonna go for getting drunk. I think that's a fun way to celebrate any kind of occasion.
The thing is, so we've selected that we're doing it by ourselves. I love going to the cinema by myself, so I'm going to select seeing a movie.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize the answers had to correlate. If that means I'm getting drunk by myself, I don't think I wanna.
I changed
Okay,
my
I'm
mind.
gonna. I've changed mine again. I am ordering in because I don't want to get drunk alone. That's so boring. What's the one word you'd like to use to describe your perfect Valentine? Spontaneous, kind, rich, funny, sophisticated, sexy.
Yes.
I
Just
yes to all, please. I think funny. I think that if you're a funny person, you can kind of get away with a lot more.
I'm going to go with spontaneous because I think I need someone to match my energy and
Yeah, you are quite spontaneous.
not overplan or overthink stuff with me because I think that's how you come across best is when you're being impulsive. Oh, this is food based. So, what is your dream Valentine's Day dinner? We have sushi, McDonald's, surf and turf, pizza, decadent pasta. Not just any pasta,
Not just pasta,
decadent pasta, or Chinese takeout.
I don't know. This is one of those ones where, like, honestly, none of them have come to mind immediately when you've told me Valentine's Day dinner. But if I have to pick from the options, go for Chinese. I feel like that's a tradition.
I think I'm gonna like reminisce over our encounter and go for pizza.
And go with pizza?
Yeah.
That's sweet. What cocktail are you making for you and your Valentine? In brackets, S for plural, because you might have multiple on the go. Pink champagne floats. That looks like that's ice cream, right?
That looks like dessert. But like
Yeah, that looks like a dessert.
that's
cup.
literally like Oh, do you know what it is? It's like when you get like an ice cream. Okay, it's like an ice cream float.
Ah, okay, so that is actually.
So it's just like champagne with
it did look like ice cream.
a dot of ice cream on the top.
Blood orange bourbon smashes.
That sounds-
Not into bourbon, so
Oh,
it's an.
I was like, that's what I'm going for. That sounds stunning.
Oh, fascinating. Chocolate martinis, winter citrus sangria, jello shots, strawberry margaritas. I'll go for the sangria.
I know.
That looks tasty.
I was like, I always go for sangria if it's an option, but also the picture that they've chosen. I know that you guys can't see
Of
it.
this
For
bourbon.
this like bourbon drink looks, and that's always like I
I think
never.
it's that frosted over look.
I don't drink whiskey unless it's in a cocktail, really, or like if I have like one friend that I go out with and we drink whiskey. But yeah, so you're going with sangria. I'm gonna go with bourbon.
I'm gonna go with sangria.
Just
Because it's a winter citrus sangria.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I know that this is really non-consequential for anyone, but I'm changing my mind because I've just realised that it's actually grapefruit that's in this.
Do you not like
And
grapefruit?
I do not like grapefruit.
Wow.
No. It's so bitter and not it for me. So I'll go
Grapefruit is
with
like my
a
favorite
margarita.
smell and taste. Like a grapefruit gin, but then you don't drink tonic. I remember.
No, I
this.
don't drink tonic.
Whereas
Yeah,
like
I'm a lemonade.
I'm like, give me the bitter tastes. I love it.
Oh, babe. I
You're just like, are you
love
okay?
that for you, but like honestly, my brain, because you know what, you naturally associate like other people having foods that you don't like as like a negative experience for them too, when that's very opposite. But I'm like, are you okay? Do I need to call someone?
We just sat over here like waiting for my Fever Tree sponsorship. Like, hit me up.
Pick a gift you'd love to receive. Flowers, chocolates, jewelry, puppy, a thoughtful card, or I don't want a gift. I mean, if you're gonna get a gift, like you might as well. Like, I don't like the whole notion of I don't want a gift. Well,
No,
you're
but that's
getting
like
one.
we're
so
trying to
pick
be
something.
edgy. Like that's like very like I don't like Valentine's. Like I'm not like other
I
girls.
don't like it. I'll go with a thoughtful card. I think that's a sweet
Yeah.
one because chocolate's great and all, and a puppy would be ideal, but
Thing is, the other things
and
you could get
reason.
for yourself, right?
Hmm.
Whereas like a thoughtful card, like I could write a thoughtful card for myself, but I want other people to tell me how great I am. So I'm also going to go with a thoughtful card. Oh, more cake.
This is a really cake bait, like
Pick something to
chocolate
end
cake,
Valentine's
they
Day
say.
with, and none of these are what I wanted.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm into at least 3 of the options.
I mean, no, I like the look of most of these, but I just mean like Valentine is a day with a
Yeah.
name, and none of these are.
In a day that's literally meant to be filled with like romance, sultriness, like just all of the things to do with love. Here's like 5 to 6 different cake options and another wine to get you through.
And honestly,
I'll go for the hot chocolate though, because like
Oh, you
I like
like-
chocolate lava cake as well. But I am a hot chocolate person.
you
anyway.
are a hot chocolate person.
I'm now complete. I'm ready to press done when you are.
They've
What do you
got
feel
red
like you're gonna
velvet bite.
pick?
The red velvet bites look nice, but I don't think that's something I would order myself.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something very sexy about a chocolate covered strawberry, so I'm gonna go with that.
I mean, the obviously people can't see this one unless they're searching the quiz themselves. But like these strawberries in particular, they even have like a little bit of a white drizzle on the outside, so it's quite
We
cute.
could put the link to this in the description so people can
should.
join in.
Oh, it does
Oh,
it at
there's
the same time for us.
confetti.
Maybe it like shows it.
Okay, I got
Oh, okay. Please tell us about your wine.
port. Which is like an old lady drink. Ew.
I mean, we serve port.
Port goes in a cheeky V or a Bloody Mary. You put port in the
Isn't
top.
a Bloody Mary?
Yeah, you put you
Oh.
put a shot of port in the top if you feel like it.
Well, you know.
You don't
I'm
have
so
to,
used
but you
to
can.
Simplify's version of just literally like vodka and tomato juice with a bit of spice.
Yeah, well, that's like what it is, and then you can serve
Port
it with port on
tops
the
it
top.
off.
Yeah, and then
Love that.
okay, so I think that Valentine's Day is ridiculous. You'd rather do your own thing. After all, why is February the 14th different from any other day? Open something
Not like other
totally out
girls.
of the ordinary today, like a bottle of port. This fortified wine
So
from
out of the
Portugal,
ordinary.
I mean me, is often enjoyed as a dessert wine. It's rich, sweet,
Oh.
and the only Valentine you'll need. Try Croft Pink Port and watch Wedding Crashers.
A fun recommendation.
I hate it. I'm so upset.
Yeah. Like, that's not you at all. This is the fun thing about doing a BuzzFeed quiz is being able to just immediately say, oh, that was fun, but this isn't anything about me.
Like, if it's not, like, I will drink a white wine, like a Sauvignon Blanc, a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, and watch whatever the fuck I want. Excuse me.
My results came out to be not just a Tuscan, but a super Tuscan.
Love that.
Oh,
a red,
whether
a
I
rouge.
want to celebrate with a significant other or a group of friends, a bottle of Italian super Tuscan will do the trick. You'll find a huge range in prices, so you can splurge on an extravagant bottle to open with your bae. Oh wow, we're still using bae in this. When was this? This is 2018. Yeah, that feels about right with the lingo. Or a $20 bottle to drink with a group of your BFFs. And I like that this is just a long-winded way of recommending different types of wine. They're like, oh, Valentine's Day's coming up. This is an ad, but we want you to think that you're picking these wines yourself.
But look at the film.
But it does say Bridget Jones' Diary. So I mean that's pretty cool.
Maybe we
I'd go
each
for
need
that.
to buy our own bottle of Super Tuscan red wine.
Super Tuscan.
And then we can like do like the Netflix watch party and watch Bridget Jones together. Maybe that's what it's telling
That'd be
us.
cute.
Because
I'm not much of a wine drinker, but if anything, like I'm more interested in the taste of how port sounds because it says it's rich and sweet, and that's more of my vibe than a red, which I've only had bad experiences trying. And then to finish off our quizzes, we have a secondary.
yeah, let's round off
Like,
this episode.
we couldn't just do one.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Like
Why don't we try and do this one as more of like a speed fire, quick fire round,
So this quiz is called Everyone Has a DreamWorks Character That's Their Valentine's Day Soulmate. Who is yours? I honestly am just here to see what DreamWorks character is my soulmate so I can move on in life.
Okay, so question 1. Pick a colour.
Color. Purple. Immediately.
Okay. I was going to go for purple, but I might like swap.
I mean, we can have similar answers. Like
We can like the same thing. I'm going to go for purple.
like we
then.
can though. I think it's one of those things where if you do a quiz with someone, you think you have to answer differently, but that might be what you want to. What are you looking for in your soulmate? Passion, leadership, true love, honesty, beauty, or fun.
Fun. Sorry, I said that like it was like obvious to me, but like that's what was obvious to me. I'm like, I didn't come here to not have fun.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on it. Fun, like, what's the point of anything if you're not having a fun time?
But these are also all valid points if you want to.
Oh, they're very, like, I mean, beauty is not necessarily where my brain immediately goes to, but...
And then we have, choose an activity to do with your soulmate. Eat, shop, dance, watch a movie, cook, or walk.
I'm simple. I like watching a movie. Like, I think it's a really fun experience.
I get that. And also that's like what you're interested in as well. You like to share that with people. Well, as we all know, I am a leading advocate for dance parties, and I need someone in my life that's gonna have dance parties with me. So
That's gonna join in the dance party.
Yeah,
that's what you deserve. Choose a place: a forest, a home, the coast, a city, a meadow, or a mountain. I can't see forests anymore without thinking about just bad stuff happening in them. Like, forests are beautiful in their nature, but also forests are also scary, dark, and like a little weird. Just because of the way that like I feel like media is taken. Like, I think about like a cabin in the woods is where my brain goes when I think of a forest, and
that's really different though, because that's like you watch horror films, whereas I'm like I see forest, I think Taylor Swift folklore album cover. How peaceful, how tranquil.
It's different vibes. I'll go for the city. I think cities are fun.
I'm gonna go with the coast because I am
where it's pretty.
Sea baby. Okay, we're now choosing food again, to no one's great surprise. Tacos, a burger, pizza, sushi, lasagna, or salad.
Easily pizza in this instance. 'Cause, like,
Really?
Yeah, like I don't like lasagna. A salad's okay, but if you're gonna go for like a Valentine's Day meal, if you think I'm eating a salad, dream on.
I love lasagna. I love pizza. I love tacos.
What lasagna?
I think I'm gonna go with tacos.
Go for it. Live your life. Have tacos
Do
if
your
that's
thing.
what you want. Oh, and more foods. Okay.
This is
Choose a
important.
dessert. This is important. It's Valentine's based. Ice cream, brownies, cheesecake, cookies, just cake, or apple pie. I'm not an apple pie person.
I would eat
Well,
all
I'll
of
go
these.
for ice cream.
I'm picking ice cream.
Yeah, I know they're all quite. I think ice cream's just more of like a
It's a good date as well.
treat.
Like you can go
This
and get
picture's also doing a lot, making it look very nice.
you can go and get a little scoop, go and have a walk around. But also like ice cream is just my favourite food of all time. Like ice cream cake. Okay. Are you ready for picking a quote?
Quote round.
So we have skadoosh, which I don't know what that's from. Is that really bad?
It's
Is it like carbo? Is it from
I
like
feel like
Shark Tale or some shit? Like
it'll be something like Shark Tale. That's the only place my brain goes.
and then and I am not a real financial advisor, which I also don't know what it's from.
Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed. Like these two, I know the next two, but these two haven't really hit anywhere.
Then we have just smile and wave, boys, smile and wave, which I say at least 3 times a week. Honestly.
Yeah, that's definitely my go for.
And Madagascar is like treasured in our household.
I chose the just smile and wave, boys.
Yeah.
That quote's definitely the
I'll be
most
going with that one
iconic
too.
for me
But there
there.
was also ogres are like onions, which is a fun quote as well. And we
Yeah.
Shrek is its own beast.
choose a gift: flowers, video games, clothes, food, skincare products, or home decor.
These are weird ass gifts. I don't like.
They're interesting choices because I don't know who's giving you all of these.
It's so weird.
I'll go with I mean, I'll just pick video games. I feel like I could lie to myself and pick like home decor, which would be my next option, but I would want a game over it.
I would rather someone gave me flowers or food because skincare is a weird gift, and unless you know the person's skin type, that's a bad choice.
Yeah, I would never gift someone skin. Like,
I also just
that's the one that gets me.
Also, clothes. Like,
imagine being so bold.
Like, clothing, I think, is a very personal
thing,
and the same with home decor.
Just going up to someone.
Like, I'm gonna go with flowers because I like food. I could buy. I mean, you could buy yourself flowers, but it's nice to get them from other people. I've just pressed done. Sorry. I'm
just finished as well.
Oh my god! I've just.
So I'll start with this one.
Yeah.
I got Skipper, so I'm very I'm keeping it within the Madagascar family. Skipper's intelligent, brave, and a natural leader. He likes to move it, enjoys danger, traveling, and teamwork. So fun. That's a good. I'll take that as my soulmate.
Yeah.
I'm a bit jealous of you though, I've got to say.
Do you know what? I was like upset that I didn't get King Julian. But I think that's maybe because I am him. So like that could be my soul. Yeah. So my soulmate is Donkey from Shrek. Donkey is the party guy. He truly enjoys making people laugh and being with his friends. Donkey is so talkative, you'll never get bored by his side. Which sounds fun, you know.
True. That's true. You never get bored. You might have to fight a dragon to get him, but you know, we've all got to overcome some obstacles to get to where we want to be.
No, like me just like taking spinsterhood over having to try and fight a dragon, like it's fine. Oh dear. Well, this has been a super fun Valentine's Day, Galentines Day episode. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday, however you choose to spend it. Just make sure that you're not breaking any COVID rules to accommodate that. Just order in, do a Zoom call. It's not that hard.
Keep it fun.
Have a little call with some wine.
We've been doing pub quizzes for maybe like a year now, but you know what? Put another one on.
Another pub
Find
quiz.
a new category.
Or go into the description of the podcast and do some of these quizzes with us and let us know who your soulmate is. Maybe it's me. If the one is out there.
Maybe it is you. King Julian shows up for someone, they know it's you.
Yeah, it's a sign. Well, thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you've enjoyed our lovely Valentine's Day, Galentines Day special. So it has been me, your host Erin, and the ever lovely, ever iridescent, ever stunning, funny, charming, my guy.
You trying to be my Valentine this year?
I'm like trying to get you to send me love hearts.
Okay.
Cheers.
Stay safe and stay healthy, and remember that Valentine's Day is just a social construct holiday, so it should literally have no effect and influence on how you feel about yourself or your relationship. Just be happy.
Just keep swimming, so to speak.
Keep it pushing.
And thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.